everybody. So what we're going to do is they are going to introduce themselves one by one, and then we're going to start with some questions that I want to ask them that I think will be beneficial for you all to hear today. And then later on, about 30 minutes of that, the last 15 minutes, we'll head over to you guys for some questions. So do think of anything as you're going along that you want to hear from these property pros. So, Lucia, let's start with you. Go first.
Perfect. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Lucia Piccinini. I'm a chartered architect, RIBA and ARB registered. And try to guess where I'm from my accent and from my name. I am Italian. And I have been inspired by architects, as Bernini, Borromini, Leonardo da Vinci. And yes, this is what brought me to choose architecture. Who doesn't want to go back to a city like Rome or Florence? You walk through this amazing building, and which one are the fundamental principles to build this kind of architecture? Are a marriage of beauty and technology. And I use the same principle when I created my architecture, my projects. And I studied in Florence. They teach us not only rules, regulation, but also how to create a significant project that lasts forever, that everybody can say, wow, it's amazing, this building. So I studied in Florence. In 2010, I got my master's degree. I started working for other architectural offices, and mainly on a residential mixed-use building and retails. I have built up, working 2 years in Florence and in Milan, a strong relationship with the suppliers, Italian suppliers, that I'm still using now. In 2014, 10 years ago already, I came here just for an English course. It was supposed to be 2 months. And instead, it ended up to be 10 years. So I found an amazing opportunity. I worked with homeowners, landlords, developers, and main contractors. This one gave me the possibility to have experience on all stages of the project, but as well understanding the point of view of each person that is involved in a project. And my main projects were like the new construction of a new residential and mixed-use scheme in Brighton. And it was around 650 flats along with amenities and commercial areas and also offices. And I had a kind of nice, beautiful experience as well to work with a landlord. I was creating for him their development projects and also his amazing villa. So 2 different kind of projects. But the concept was also the same, always the same. Never forget the beauty and the comfortable the space that you can create. So you have to basically understand that a project, sometimes there are a lot of rules and regulations, technical rules that you need to follow, but the principle of a real architecture, what we bring to the project as architects is the fact that we are able to marry all these things, and we don't forget the beauty and the aesthetical side of a project. At the moment, I'm running my own architectural office. We are specialized in residential mixed-use building and retails. And my principles are always the same. A combination of remarkable, beautiful architecture or interiors, and also I don't forget about the rules, regulation, building regulation as well, and also technology. And on top of this, I bring the Italian flair into each project, thanks to my suppliers that come from Italy. So thank you very much. This is me. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Lucia, what role does an architect play in the design and the construction phase?
So the architect has a central role in both design and construction. Is the architect the go-to person? Is the architect who connects the client with the relevant consultant? It's also the architect who realize and who make real a dream of a potential client. And he has been trained to combine beauty and also technical knowledge, building regulation, and also local authority regulation. He is able to, because of his understanding, he is able to coordinate and also to keep contact with the local authority and with other professionals, and also knows who to call in case the planning requires some particular expert. And also during construction, he is able to do the contract management, the project management, and to keep on track the project from the point of view of the budget, but also of the timeline.
Brilliant, thank you. And so, Carl, you were saying sometimes builders, thieves is one word to describe what they can do, but not all builders, because some of you might be builders. So any good builders, make sure you go speak to Carl afterwards. But Lucia, it'd be then interesting to know how you, basically the benefits of hiring an architect and how it helps manage those risks therefore associated with builders. Would it help with that? Is that something you can get involved with to help manage risks?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's something that we do quite a lot, yes. Because you can have risk in each phase of the project, also before buying a property. And I can give you a couple of examples. For example, one of my clients, it was about to purchase a property, and we went together to see the property. And the property has good potential. The problem it was that for achieving what he wanted in terms of space, he needed to do a rear extension of conversion and also an internal refurbishment of the building. And I calculated for them the cost of the project, and the risk it was that it would be too costly for them. So luckily, they didn't buy that property at that time, but they have been able to buy another one a couple of months later. So this one saved them costs, and in this way they eliminated a few risks. Risk of being in debt because they wouldn't be able to finish the property, or maybe do that in stages, and maybe it wouldn't be the best option, and so on. Another, I can say also another experience, the risk it was during construction, the risk was of delaying the project. We provided to the builder all the detailing drawing, a very good builder to be honest, but unfortunately they got stuck. And the developer called me back, and I went to site. I understood which one would have been the problem, and the risk that he would have faced eventually if not solved straight away. And after that, I studied it. I resolved how to go ahead, and yes, we mitigated the potential risk in this way, and the project, the construction work continued after that without any additional risks.
Brilliant. And I think that's something, from my experience in the industry and knowing many different property professionals and developers and investors, sometimes we try and cut corners to save money, but in the long run, it can cost us more money. So I think this gentleman at the front here, and then we'll head out to the back.
Hi, yeah. I got a couple of questions if I'm allowed. One is for Lucia. Hello. So when you're looking at a development site potential, can you gauge roughly, or what's the best way to gauge if it's going to get the planning permission you want it to get? Is there a way to kind of assess that, kind of desktop-y, or do you think you should pay for appraisal from someone? What do you think?
So first of all, what kind of project is like a rear extension, is a new construction? It depends.
It'll be to add value, so maybe try and get a new house, convert to flats, add value type projects. So you make money out of it. So it's kind of what we're thinking. Yeah.
Well, I would recommend to do this experiment. If you haven't bought yet the building, before doing it, is to do this kind of research before. And first of all, I will look at the local authority rules. I will look, for example, what kind of buildings there are around. If it's a flat, if you are intend to create flats, I will look also at what the required type of flats are. For example, it's a one-bedroom flat, is a two-bedroom flat. This one needs to be combined with what are the requirements of the local authority. And plus, you need to check also at the selling price or rental price. It depends what you want to do. If you keep the building, or if you sell it per flats. And after that, when you understood what are the regulations, this is the first step, and then you draw the plans. Let's say you have an office building that you want to convert into residential. And what I normally do, I take in consideration the building regulation. First of all, it's quite important, especially from the point of view of the fire regulation, especially with this new regulation that they come out in 2023 after the Grenfell Tower, so the unfortunate event. And after that, you understand the number of flats you get, and this one is gonna be probably like a simple planning application, no full planning application, just permitted development. And then you analyze eventually if you can add additional floors on top. And so you start with the normal planning, the conversion, and then you add additional floors eventually. And then you calculate the return of the investment. Of course, you need to add and include the cost of the constructions, and then it's pretty. If you create a nice facade, it's also pretty sure that the planners, they will also accept the additional 2 floors, for example, if you are going to go for that route.
Thank you for the detailed answer. I think I'll pay you to do that instead.
Gentleman here, this is the last question. Thank you so much. Go on, go ahead.
Hi there. This is a question for Lucia. So obviously I'm a sourcer, and I sort of package and sell deals and stuff like that. What do you think, as an architect, the impact is on like adding like nice visuals like CGI and stuff like that to your package deals? Do you think that sort of adds more value to it, or?
Yeah, it definitely adds value, because you show to the potential developer that is going to buy the property you're sourcing, the potential that he can achieve. So you can see straight away, yes, this house, this flat is sellable or rentable. And yeah, definitely, surely, yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so